The TikTok gym bros have eating disorders. The sky is blue. Yeah, this is kind of a no shit, Nick kind of moment, but you wouldn't believe the amount of people that would fight you on that. You know, this started because Zuckerberg thought it was a good idea to give a person recovering from an eating disorder a bunch of gym bro TikToks. Thanks, Zuck. Very cool. And I say Zuckerberg because I don't have TikTok downloaded. Who do you think I am? A neo-Tumblr user? No, I get my second-hand TikToks from Reels because you can't escape TikTok, unfortunately. And Zuckerberg decided, hey, today's the day to show the person recovering from 2 body image-related disorders some gym bro TikToks. Because that's exactly what he needs right now, of course. And let me tell you, what I saw did not help me unwind from my particularly hellish days of work in the past week. Yeah, the gym bros have some serious mental health issues. I'm watching these TikToks going, holy shit, they are doing the exact same thing I did, but it's more societally acceptable because they're gym bros. To be fair, I'd say all dieting shenanigans on Instagram and whatnot, all of them, every single one of them, no matter how, holistic and healthful they seem, every single one of them promotes eating disorder behaviors. Please just read this, or parts of it. I'm sure you can find a PDF online somewhere. If you don't want to buy it, I'm literally begging you to read this. Basically, gym bros on TikTok exhibit lots of unhealthy behavior patterns that make me think they have mental illness. And they aren't too subtle about it either. A lot of them openly make jokes about it and then continue doing the behavior and promoting it to other young boys. What I'm most concerned about with these TikToks is that these grown men are pushing this narrative onto teenage boys, especially considering what these men were introduced to as teenage boys is what got them there in the first place. Basically, they're not very quiet about their mental illness. In fact, lots of gym bro TikToks I've seen are literally just jokes about body dysmorphia.
And remember, with a little rusties and an insane amount of luck, you too can look like me. Ka-chow.
They are fully self-aware about it too, which makes it all the more sinister, not because they're being open about their body dysmorphia, but rather because they're being open about it and then openly not giving a shit and promoting it. And that's the problem. They're not saying, yeah, I'm not in a healthy state of mind because of what I do. They're saying, I'm not in a healthy state of mind. Haha, I'm going to continue doing this and promoting this gym bro culture on TikTok. Ugh, I don't like it. As a person recovering from body dysmorphic disorder and anorexia nervosa, I don't find this cute. This is not silly or goofy. But besides the very direct cries for help, it seems like, about their body dysmorphia that got them into gym bro shit in the first place and is now getting worse because they're into gym bro shit, they're also just promoting disordered eating. They are promoting not only disordered eating where you cut your calories, but they're promoting disordered eating where you overeat to the point where you feel like you need to throw up. Because it does go both ways. There are plenty of jokes that I found, at least, they were all copying each other, it seems. You know, as TikTok does. All of you are fucking annoying. But they joke about how, MyFitnessPal will only have 200 calories left for the day at 2 p.m. and how they're going to eat ice for the rest of the day. Or, on the opposite end, how MyFitnessPal has fucking 4,000 calories left for the day and they have to eat an entire jar of peanut butter until they throw up to get to that point. How are none of them concerned about this? Well, first and foremost, if you download a calorie tracking app, if you track your calories and food to the T, you've already lost. You are already doing disordered eating behaviors. You can't come back from that. You will never see food the same way again, and it will fuck up your relationship with food for the rest of your life, no matter how healthy you are mentally starting. I have seen the healthiest people mentally start doing disordered eating because they've started to track their calories. Here's a fucking thought. Eat when you're hungry, don't eat when you're not hungry, and eat what your body is craving because your body knows what it needs. But instead, these gym bros are going to promote binge eating disorder and anorexia nervosa simultaneously in the name of cutting and bulking. And I have this problem with all sides of health, TikTok and Instagram. They promote, calorie mindfulness and whatnot, and that will always fail. Micro-starving your body to lose weight is not worth it. Please just listen to what your body needs. Or macro-starving your body. Overindulging in food in order to pack on muscle is also not worth it, especially if you're going to throw up by the end of the day. Take it from somebody that's recovering from anorexia nervosa. It's not worth it. No amount of weight you need to lose is worth developing disordered eating. It's not worth it. It's gonna fuck you up for life. I think my other problem is that these gym bros and a lot of healthful, Insta and TikTok accounts will act like a calorie surplus and a calorie deficit is the only factor going into whether you lose or gain weight, when that is not the truth. They're completely ignoring the genetics component where, there is a certain point where if your genetics don't allow it, it will cap your body on the amount of muscle you can gain. And, it will cap your body on the amount of fat it can lose. It will do that because your body knows what it needs and you're fucking it up. But they act like the surplus and deficit is the only factor going into it, and they're treating it like it's a them problem, that it's a willpower problem, that like it's a mental thing, that they're weak. No, your body is telling you not to do this anymore. You're putting it under immense strain. For what? More body dysmorphia? Please just read this. I'm begging you. Once you become obsessed with food and what you're taking in, there's no going back from that. And if there is going back from that, it takes years of unlearning horrible fucking habits for you. I don't want this being promoted to me. I don't want this to be promoted to young boys or even girls. And that's not even taking into account how, these dudes are like addicted to the gym. Like they need to go to the gym and destroy their body and overdo it. They do. They overdo it to the point where it's not healthy.
What the hell are you?
Death.
If they don't, they feel like shit. They are addicted to the gym. They need to go and hurt themselves, or they get into a depressive state. Listen, dude, I have no problem with you wanting to exercise and do good things for your body. I have zero problem with that. I have a problem when you're using it as a coping mechanism to the point where it's not healthy to your body anymore. I have a problem with the fact that you're not doing it for health. You're not doing it for strength. I know that's not why you're doing it. You're doing it because you want your body to look a certain way. That's the fucking problem. If you go into health with, the underlying factor being wanting your body to look a certain way, you have already lost. If you're going to, start exercising, and if you're, going to be more mindful about what's healthy and what's not, it needs to be for health. It can't be for body image. It can't. You're gonna fuck yourself up, whether you start healthy-minded or not. It's just so fucking frustrating because the multi-billion-dollar weight loss industry has just destroyed people's mentalities on this. Let me introduce you to body neutrality. The least important thing about you is how you look. Please stop obsessing over something that literally means fucking nothing. And that is coming from a person that has a disorder surrounding it. Rational brain and mental illness brain don't get along. If we keep passing off these gym bros like they're just health freaks, this is never going to get better. We're still going to have an epidemic with muscle dysmorphia in men. We're still going to have an obvious eating disorder epidemic in men that will go largely undiagnosed because they're gym bros. Women on Instagram and TikTok doing this shit get called out regularly because, you know, eating disorders and body dysmorphia is often more seen in women. And people are more concerned about women in that regard and concerned about the influence the multi-billion-dollar weight loss industry has on women. It makes sense. But these gym bros are kind of like riding under the radar because they're men and because they're gym bros, and people think that that's healthy when they're like pumping caffeine into their body and then, you know, fucking destroying their muscles to the point where they're getting like knee and back problems. None of this is healthy. And it makes me wonder how many of these gym bros have undiagnosed mental illness, how many of them are at risk for undiagnosed mental illness, and whether or not any of them will get diagnosed ever. This should not be normal just because it's men doing it. Take it from me. It's not worth it. It's life destroying. Here's a pro tip. If your eating behaviors and exercise behaviors start to look like the behaviors of me, a person with 2 mental illnesses related to body image, maybe you should stop doing that before it's too late. Maybe you should look up intuitive eating, and maybe you should stop putting your body image on a pedestal above everything else about you, because it's the least interesting thing about you. Your obsession with body image will get you nowhere but a hospital.